Okay, got the air conditioner blowing straight on me. It's not quite beer 30 yet, and I'm really embarrassed to make this video because I'm an idiot about all of this stuff. But to put it very simple, I was running into an issue because all of these vehicles here are running in instances. That's these. Well, maybe I can show more. There's another one. Much better driver than this one. They're running in instances, but they're completely separate from each other. So one instance cannot call out of itself to the main thread or to another instance. But I want them, when they do collide on the map, like that right there, to recognize that collision happened and to do something about it. But how do you do that? I watched videos after videos, even the good ones. I couldn't get it into my head what they were saying. And so I went to work and I fucked things completely up, and then I figured it out. First of all, I had to make a global, and it's just called signal bus. And the signal bus is simply, it says signal encounter. I don't even need to put variables into this thing. It's just, I'm going to be handling a signal called encounter. So you guys are going to connect with me and you're going to call back with me. So this is the boss that's just kind of standing there waiting. So where do you connect? How do you connect to it, and how do you emit from it? Those I got them reversed, and I've got them proper now. Since my spawner, which is Town Convoy spawner, I thought I was going to have to emit out of that. But it turns out, no. I have to connect to encounter from the spawner because that's where I want the information. And that is accessible in the main program, anywhere in this program, except for these guys, except for any instance. But the main program, it doesn't matter at that point. So to actually connect in the ready function of Town Convoy spawner, since this is a main thing that doesn't close until the game closes, the ready function is only going to run once. And so what that does is it takes signal bus is the name of the global. It's grabbing the encounter, that is the signal, inside the signal bus, and it's connecting to the function test. And I wrote the function test here, which is just A, what kind of encounter it is. In my case, I'm only working on collisions. And it's going to take car 1 and car 2 and the location where it all happened. And right now it's just collision. Hey, print signal thing. And then it's printing car 1 and car 2 and the location. So if we go back here, we see, hey, signal thing. Number 19 collided with number 12 at this location. But you notice, hey, signal thing, number 12 collided with 19 at the same location. Well, they didn't collide at the same location because I'm using tweening. And I don't have my failsafe set up where it actually takes them off the map. But, you know, they're close enough. They're both colliding with each other within a tile. Whoops. Okay, I crashed. Well, I didn't crash. I closed the entire freaking thing down. Where were we? Where was I? So we got the spawner. The spawner here. Okay, I covered all this. This is the connecting stuff. So we go to the sprite, which is down here. And we don't do anything in the ready for it because there's no reason for it. Because we want to emit when an encounter happens in this instance. So there is a node, a signal set up for on area entered. And that's right here. And then other area is the on area entered of the other instance. So if other area is in group convoy, because when I create the spawner, so right here in town convoy spawner, I add it to the group called convoy, and then I call defer to add the child at the next frame, convoy, and true. And convoy is the instanced item. Now where do I do? Yeah, convoy equals town convoy dot instantiate, which is town convoy is preload town convoy sprite dot ts the scene. So then we go back down to the sprite. And so when those collide, they're going to check if they're in group convoy. And if they are, they're going to go to the function down here on collision self. It's going to be passing themselves and the other area. The other area is the car, the other car in the instance, which is important here because you normally can't really, well, I guess you can, in this case, a collision, pass information back from one instance to another. But that's not, I don't want to deal with it within the instances because it's there. This is the exact same code in both instances. I got to separate them out into the main thread to do it there and get these guys off the map so their instances don't happen anymore. But I have all the information on them and their vehicles back in the main thread to fiddle with it. So what it does, that's where it gets its variables from. So on collision takes in car 1, which is a variant, and car 2 is a variant. That's those two, self and other area. And then it turns collision off on this particular instance. And then when it runs in the other instance, it will turn collision off there. So no more collisions happen between other cars and these two. It grabs the location from wherever the car is, which is in local coordinates, I believe. And here's where it contacts the signal bus and says, hey, we've got your signal that's called encounter, and we want to emit that there was a collision between car 1, car 2, and at this location. So then we go back to the town convoy spawner. And get completely lost in the code. Oh yeah, it's up here. Okay, so then we're sent back, and this signal that we actually connected to, we established we're listening for, has actually emitted from both of the sprites. And so test takes the car 1, car 2, and the location, prints car 1 and car 2, and this is going to be the first one that sends stuff down here. Or maybe the second one. I don't know. I'm going to have both cars here, and then it just prints the car and prints the location. So if we do a F9 here on the pass, we'll do an F5. And we'll just wait for a collision. Okay, so we've got a collision between car 1 and car 2. We are now in the main game route. All this information is now within our main game route, not Town convoy. It's not here anymore, because if I turn my variable on, those two that collided will not be on this list anymore. They'll have freed themselves. So now we got car 1 and car 2. So it printed car 1 and car 2. So signal thing, sprite 5 and sprite 6 at this location. And I'll do an F12 and we should end up right back there. And we did. And that's car 6 and car 5. At, close to the same because of the way the tweening's working there right now. So I have both informations. So car 6, car 1 and car 2 are down here. Car 1 is from Withergate going to Atrophy. Car 2 is from Witherville going to Devil's Fork. The driver of car 1 is Latoya Burns, female, from Withergate, 49 years old. Allure is she's pretty annoying. All of her stats are here. I don't have a car object yet, or else we would have all the stats for the car also. And then car 2, driver is Sophia Walker. She's also 40, in her 40s. Stressed, deaf in the left ear, and she's also annoying. God, what's her passenger like? And then we got the passenger, which is Christy Armstrong at 26. This should say convoy. Okay. No, location is nowhere because her sublocation is she is in the convoy. So her location got wiped. But she is from Witherville. Nearsighted, she's absolutely deaf. There is a double roll to be 100% deaf. And you only have like a 1% chance of being completely deaf and completely blind. I got to look at those numbers. But I'm glad that she's a freaking passenger. She's a klepto. How is her driving? Her driving is excellent, even though she can't hear a damn thing. And driver? None of this matters because I haven't actually said, oh, she can't drive at all. I haven't actually put, all of these things are going to be used to determine who is driving. Passengers are just going to be used based on different skills. But all of this information now is available in the convoy spawner that can be shoved anywhere else in the game root tree to deal with this situation. Are they going to fight each other? Are they going to just stop, pass the time, and get to know each other? Because if they do that, oh, I haven't put it back in. They will actually have a memory about the people that they dealt with. And those people will be from a different town. They may have talked about that town. She may know a little bit more about the town because of them talking about it. She can bring all that information back to the town she came from and probably keep it to herself. It depends on what's going on here, because she has an annoying allure. Her loyalty's 5. I don't know if that's good or bad. There's something about loyalty to town, and I have to figure it up. I think that's what that loyalty means. Loyalty to whichever place she's staying in currently, and hers is 5. But yeah, all of this can now, like, there's so much that can be done because I grabbed all the information I need out of 2 instances and stuck it in a stable place. And then when all of this is figured out and done, I have the location. I can spawn them exactly back where they were in a new instance, either one of them or both of them, and they can go on and continue on from there. This is one of the things I've been trying to figure out with Godot almost from the start. Once I understood how to run things in the background and instance things, and I'm like, but you can't freaking call out of an instance back to, how the hell am I? So okay, so project, a singleton, to make the signal encounter connect in the place you want to deal with the encounter. With the singleton name, encounter, connect with the function you want to have the encounter deal with. And then sprite. When you're all done collecting everything you need, signal bus the encounter, emit, and fill in everything that it's expecting. And enjoy. I'm so happy I figured this out. Everybody have a great day.